blushed in his pyjamas, and his eyes widened in horror at the sight of her. "Yuck!" he exclaimed, screwing up his face. "Not those again." Angelica picked up her wineglass and scrunched her tousled blonde hair between her fingers. "Sorry, sweetie, tonight I need my big pants," she told him, taking a sip of chilled Sauvignon. "It's big pants or big tummy, and I know which I prefer." "Daddy doesn't like them either." "That's because Frenchmen appreciate beautiful underwear." She thought of the drawer of exquisite Calvin Klein lingerie she never opened, preferring to wear simple cotton underwear from Marks & Spencer, and felt sad that after 2 children and a decade of marriage she had given up trying to be sexy. She slipped on her black Prada dress. "Better?" she asked, striking a pose and smiling at him coquettishly. "Phew!" he sighed melodramatically. She crouched down to kiss him. "You smell nice," he added. "That's better. Remember, if you want to be popular with the girls, only ever tell them they look beautiful. Good training for a wife someday." "I'm never going to marry anyone." He put his arms around her and rested his head on her shoulder. "Oh, you'll change your mind when you're bigger." "No, I won't. I want to be with you forever." Angelica's eyes welled with emotion. "Oh, darling, that's the nicest thing you've ever said. Who needs magic when I have you?" "Give me the full Joe." He pressed himself against her with a giggle. "That's so nice. Can I watch Aunt Bully now?" "Go on, then." She watched him grab the television control and climb into her bed. He shouted for his sister to join him, and Angelica heard 6-year-old Isabel hurry across the landing. She turned back to the mirror and wiped away a smudge of mascara. That boy is going to break hearts one day, she thought. She stood back and appraised herself. Not bad, thanks to the Spanx. She actually looked quite slim. On a wave of enthusiasm, she hurried into the custom-made dressing room and reached for a vintage black belt with a pretty gold buckle in the shape of a butterfly she had found in the Portobello market. Back in front of the mirror, she put it on, slipped into open-toed black stilettos, and admired the transformation. Joe and Isabel chattered on the bed, their voices erupting into the uninhibited laughter exclusive to small children. The door opened, and Olivier strode in, with the insouciance of a man used to being the dominant power in the house. "It smells like a bordello." He turned up the lights. "The children should be in bed." "They are in bed. Our bed," she laughed. "Hello, darling." He scowled and blew out the candles, knowing that she would forget. "I see you've got a glass of wine. I could do with a drink myself." "Bad day." Olivier took off his tie. "It's a difficult time. The mood in the city is very depressed." He went into the dressing room and slipped his jacket onto a hanger. "Did you pick up my dry cleaning? I want to wear my Gucci jacket tonight." Angelica flushed. "I forgot. Sorry." "Merde. Sometimes I wonder what goes on in that cotton wool head of yours." "There's a whole world in here, beyond the cotton wool, of course." She tapped her temple, trying to be upbeat. "I get paid to imagine." "You remember the plots of those fantasy novels of yours, but you don't remember to pick up my dry cleaning. You still haven't collected my trousers from the tailor, and I asked you weeks ago. If you had my job, we'd be broke." "Which is why I don't have your job." "Look, I'm sorry." "Don't apologize. I'm obviously not a priority." "Darling, don't be angry, please. We're going out to dinner. It'll be fun. You'll forget about the city and your Gucci jacket." She walked up behind him and put her arms around his waist. "You know you're my priority." "Then be an angel and get me a drink, and put the children to bed. The summer holiday is too long. When do they go back?" "Thursday." He sniffed irritably. "Not a moment too soon." He stepped out of his trousers and hung them up carefully. Olivier was meticulously tidy. "I'm going to take a shower." "So, how do I look?" Olivier glanced at her as he removed the gold-crested cufflinks from his shirt. "Why the belt?" "Fashion, darling."
Why would you want to emphasize the widest part of you?
Angelica stared in astonishment.